Hey everybody, what's going on? It's James from Centerville CrossFit, here again with event 3 for the Tri-State Throwdown. Alright, so what we're going to talk about first, we're going to talk about each movement and the standards that we're going to define in those movements. First we're going to talk about the row, alright? Our athletes will start behind the rower. They will then go ahead and get their place on the rower. Athletes, we're going to be rowing for max cals, alright? So you've got 3 minutes to pull for as many cals as you possibly can. Big pulls, guys, big pulls. That's how we row. So now we're going to talk about the second movement in our series. This is going to be a shoulder to overhead. Mitch is going to go ahead and get that bar up in that good front rack position. Mitch has several options from this position. Mitch can either strict press. With the strict press, we're looking for full extension of the arms. Return to the front rack. He can push press. Again, looking for full extension. He can push jerk. Stand. Now, with the push jerk, we're looking for extension of the arms and full standing position in the hip and the knee. And his last option, he can split jerk. Now, with that split jerk, we're looking for the same standard. He's going to need to get in that good standing position and have hips and knees extended. Once Mitch is tired and his reps are over, he's going to go ahead and that bar is going to touch the ground. Once that bar touches the ground, his teammate is allowed to begin her reps into that good front rack position, full extension overhead. She can do the same with either strict press, a push press. All right, back to the front rack. A push jerk, or a split jerk. Again, for the push jerk and the split jerk, we're looking for full extension in that standing position with the hips and the knees. All right, guys, so next we're going to talk about the third movement in our series. This is going to be the toes to bar. Athletes on the toes to bar are going to have one section that they're going to be contained in with one athlete moving at a time. So let's talk about our standards for this toes to bar. The athlete is going to need to make sure that they have their feet behind this plane, all right, to start their toes to bar. Next, the athlete's going to need to make contact on the bar with both feet inside their hands, returning their feet behind this plane, all right? One athlete will be moving at a time. When that athlete becomes fatigued, he's going to drop from the bar and then allow his partner to take the place. She will have the same standards. Those feet are going to need to be behind the plane, and the feet are going to need to make contact with that bar inside of her hands. Good rep. All right, guys, so now we're going to talk about our final movement in the series. This is going to be the muscle up. First things first, all of our rings are going to be set at 88 inches, all right? This might pose a problem for some of our shorter athletes, but what we're going to do is we're going to allow partners to lift their athletes to the ring. What we're looking for on these muscle ups, we're going to want to start in full extension. Notice, there's no bend in Mitch's arms. Full extension, all right? Full extension needs to be at the bottom and at the top of every rep. Another thing that's very, very important, our athletes that are going to kip, it is our standard that you are not allowed to have your feet above the rings during your kip, all right? So Mitch is going to go ahead and kip up to this muscle up, and full extension, good rep. Mitch is also going to demo what our feet being too high is going to look like. No rep. If you saw in that rep, Mitch raised his feet above the level of the rings, all right? That is going to quantify as a no rep in our competition. Next, what we're going to do, as the flow of the event goes, this is just like the others. Only one athlete can move at a time. So as Mitch becomes fatigued, Mitch's partner is going to go ahead and take his place. Mitch, I'd like you to complete a rep, and then Heather, go ahead and jump in for him. And good. And now his partner takes the spot. Look at that teamwork. Let's remember, teamwork makes the dream work.